But Frazi, who is one of the other women you see in the film, is very feisty and very, she's just not going there. She's not going to forgiveness. She's not even saying, forgiveness. It's just not in her vocabulary, exactly.
Everyone thinks they can imagine how difficult it must have been to be immersed in this subject for so many years. But what was, while you were doing it, what were there must have been times when you felt perhaps a pleasure or a joy or a satisfaction or something positive that was going on while you were working on this?
I always had the sense, it's very interesting, but I always had the sense whenever I got back to Rwanda over all these years, as Kigali was, sometimes was a little, it would bring me down. It would be, because it would be tiring to be in Kigali, but as soon as I got up to the hill, I felt that I was in the right place. I really felt that I was doing the right thing and that I was in the right place every time. And sometimes, there's always the daily frustrations of things and things like, but they never lasted. I always had the sense that this was the right thing to do. So I didn't, even when I was tired, I sort of moved on.
Or having nightmares or being sad and...
It's interesting, the nightmares
came in the editing.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never really had nightmares in Rwanda, interestingly enough. I mean, when I first got to Rwanda, I went 4 times over the course of a year before I started filming. And I remember the feeling I had when I talked to people was that there was this sort of unfathomable sadness. I mean, it was, you couldn't see the bottom of their sadness and of their pain. And I still feel that when I'm up in the hill. But I don't feel it in Kigali anymore. There's something, there's something in Kigali that has sort of shifted to normalcy. But up there, I don't think I don't think there's normalcy up there. There is a sense of appeasement a little bit among the women, whether that's due to the passage of time or to the gachacha, I don't know, but not normalcy.
Is one reason it was bearable, something that you could keep doing, was perhaps because it gave you something to do, to once you know about Rwanda, and people say, oh, I wish there was something I could do. This was something that you could do that way, and so however difficult it was at times, at least it was something to engage you.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Contribute.
Yes, no, absolutely. As I said, I always felt that I was doing the right thing, that I was, listen, I had this, after, at the beginning I thought it was going to be 2 years. You embark on a documentary film, you think it's going to be 2 years, maybe 3, but 10, who knew? But I've realized very quickly that I had gotten this extraordinary access. I'm not sure why, with the people in the hills. And, in Kigali, a lot of people have access. That's not, and I wasn't looking for Kigali access. But up in the community, I realized very quickly that I had gotten this extraordinary access. And so I didn't want to let that go. I thought it would have been, I mean, squandered is a big word, but it would have been, it would have been a shame.
It would have been a shame.
Yeah, it would have been a shame if I hadn't gone to the end of this.
Do you think this is full circle, or you can't, you're never going to be letting go of Rwanda, I'm sure.
No, I actually think I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think this film is as good as it's ever going to be, as good as and as done as it's ever going to be. I think we've, I've tied all the knots in the film. It leaves, I think, in some people still a sense of frustration, but the situation leaves a sense of frustration. There is no closure, the thing that everybody's after. I mean, we all want sort of black and white answers to things, and there's gray, and so that's in that sense, I'm done. I have gone full circle, I think. I'm pretty sure.
See, I waited and I got that last little bit there. Well, I really appreciate your time. I've already taken
Well,
up more than
thank
I
you.
should have. It's very
Thank
nice
you.
meeting you.
Thank you
Nice
very
seeing
much.
you.
Thank